Hi, I'm Beth. Welcome to my Bubbie's Kitchen. We call it my Bubbie's Kitchen because my grandbabies call me Bubbie. They come here to eat all their favorite foods. And tonight, we're making chicken pot pie. I've turned yesterday's chicken that was left over into a beautiful dish. Ingredients for a delicious chicken pot pie. Peas, we love peas. I've got some frozen chicken stock, carrots, celery, puff pastry, onion, half and half, parsley, the rest of the chicken that I used yesterday, some butter, some hash brown mix, an egg, flour, onion powder and garlic powder, thyme, salt and pepper. Chicken pot pie. What to do when you have all the dark meat left over when you roasted a chicken, because we only like the breast. It's just Richie and me, so I make a pot pie. Take all the dark meat off, throw it into the pie. I want to start with the puff pastry. I bought this from the store. I defrosted it. I want it to stay cold. I'm actually going to use 2 layers so that I get an even bigger crust. But I want to get this back into the oven, I want to get it back into the refrigerator so that it stays nice and cold. Because while I'm out here preparing all the vegetables, this pastry will get too warm. All right, I'm gonna peel my celery and my carrots, my onion, my parsley, get all the meat off of this chicken, and we'll be back. I cut up the chicken into bite-sized pieces. I cut up my carrots, my celery, and my onions. And these are the potatoes. So it's about equal amounts of each. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put my oven on 400, preheat it. And I'm going to get about 4 tablespoons of butter in my pan. What you want to remember is equal parts of butter or fat, whatever fat you're using, and flour, and that's what's going to thicken everything. Now, I like butter because it makes everything taste better. So I will melt this butter, get my carrots, celery, onions, and potatoes in this pan. And I'm going to saute them until they're nice and soft. I want them all coated with the fat. This is going to take probably 5 minutes. I want to make sure that everything is nice and soft. Our vegetables are a little soft, so now I'm going to put in my flour. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And it's really important to cook the flour. Otherwise, it will taste like flour. And flour doesn't taste that good. So we had 4 tablespoons of butter. We have 4 tablespoons of flour, and I'm going to cook this for 2 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes. So now I'm going to season everything. Got some thyme. Some onion powder. Some garlic powder. I don't like to just sprinkle it from the bottle in case too much comes out at a time. I want to make sure I know what I'm doing. Pepper. Always salt. Get my seasonings a little toasted. And now I'm going to slowly introduce the chicken stock. It's actually chicken soup. I always freeze some chicken soup separately so that I can use it in cooking. I make chicken soup so often. My freezer always has some chicken stock in it. You want to make sure this is all mixed together so that there's no lumps. That looks great. Here goes my chicken. I'm going to add my peas. We love peas. And now the cream. Nice and rich. It's for you, so it's got to be nice and rich, right?
Exactly.
Shut the heat. Gonna add some parsley. Fresh parsley. It not only makes the dish look nice, it also has its own flavor. I like parsley. This is nice and thick. Okay. Now we're going to transfer this to the dish that I'm going to bake it in, and get my puff pastry out of the fridge. Okay, we're going to get our mixture right into our baking dish. What's neat about this baking dish is that it's the same shape as the puff pastry, so I really don't have to worry about rolling it out or fitting it correctly. I definitely want to make an egg wash. I want the puff pastry to stick to the outside of my baking dish. Okay. That's good.
I'm sure it is.
Oh, that's good. Egg wash my dish. And get the first piece of puff pastry. right on top.
You don't want puff pastry. You don't want.
No, I definitely don't want puff pastry. That's right. Come on. I want you to stick. Stick, stick, stick. Okay. Now, we love the top. So I'm going to put 2 layers of puff pastry on. Lots of egg wash. This will help it stick too. All around. Another piece right on top. Just because we can. Puffs up so nice. More egg wash. Now I'm definitely not going to put this in the oven without a pan underneath. Otherwise my oven will be filthy. So I have to get out a pan. I'm going to put a few slits in the top. Get my pan. I'm going to put this into my 400-degree oven. Oh, where my towel is. 400-degree oven for 20 minutes. Then I'm going to lower it to 350 for 10 more minutes. $400 for 20 minutes. Turned it down to 350 for 10 minutes. Look at that pot pie. Now that's a beautiful presentation. Can you hear that? How crispy that is? The reason that I started to use puff pastry on chicken pot pies is because of Paula Deen. We had the best chicken pot pie in her restaurant, Lady and Sons, right? Yeah. In Savannah. It was absolutely the best. The last time we were there, they stopped serving it, I guess. After COVID, they didn't serve it anymore. But so much puff pastry, it was even higher than this. She must have used layers and layers and layers, but 2 layers came in the package, so that's what I use. And we don't like it soupy. We like it creamy and dry. Creamy and steamy and dry. See that it's not very liquidy, which is exactly the way we like it. Get a little extra puff pastry. Look at that. What do you think?
I think you better taste it.
I absolutely do not mind the fact that there's not a bottom crust. I hate that soggy kind of crust. This is just perfect. Can you see?
Bon appetit.
Definitely want to try this with the puff pastry. It's still hot. I don't care. It's so good. This is a great way to use up that leftover chicken. And this is beautiful. You can serve this for a company. You can serve it for family. Definitely serve it for yourself. See you next.